All right, Boston, man, we did it. Man, we're here. There's no turning back now. The Options Crash Course Live is about to begin. So just one thing I want to say. Just being here, I mean, I've been on the road now with Tasty for about, it was 2017, so 8-9 years now. And it's amazing, and doing all the events is incredible. I've been to maybe 100 cities now. But most of the things that I've done with the team and whatnot, they've been amazing, but they've been kind of fun and entertaining and all that kind of stuff. Tonight, we're not gonna have any fun. This is all business, man. This is straight business. We're gonna get right to the education, and we're gonna go 90 minutes straight of education. And you guys got the right little buzz going. Like, this is gonna be awesome, man. Like, this is gonna be, I don't know how this is gonna go, to be honest with you guys. But it's honestly really nostalgic to be in an environment like this, because I know so many of you guys, I mean, I got to chat with so many of you before, and we'll have time after too, so if we get a chance to chat or take a picture or whatever, please find me. I really want, it's my absolute pleasure to connect with as many of you guys as I can. But I love my show, from theory to practice to skinny, whatever. I love being on air every day. It's incredible. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to send you that cash that we talked about for that right there. Yeah. But the live face-to-face. I was a professor before I joined Tastytrade. I was in academia. There's just something really, really special about the live face-to-face learning environment. So this is very nostalgic for me. And so I'm very much looking forward to the next 90 minutes. I am going to try to work as efficiently as I can. The whole crash course in 90 minutes. I don't know if we can do it, man. The Delta, it's probably not over 50, but we're going to give it a shot. We are going to give it a go. And I want to do something very different. We've never done this before. There's a microphone right there. At the end, when I'm done here on stage, I know that you guys have questions for me. And I know that, you guys really appreciate the opportunity to ask me questions. And I want to do as much of that after this as we possibly can. We did a bunch before the show. But I actually want to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes with me still on stage. You guys come up to the mic, ask your question, because I think collectively we can all gain so much from that. So I'm going to earmark time for that when I'm done to do that while we're still in kind of a collective environment. And then of course I'll hang around and we'll see what's what. Okay. So here's what we're going to do tonight is for beginner traders. So if you're just getting started, this is for you. I wrote this for you. I created this for you. If you're an intermediate trader, my hope is that you can still pick up some breadcrumbs on the trail. If you look at that contract, there are things that are fixed and there are things that are floating. So if you look at the contract, the strike price is fixed. That is the transaction price of the contract. So sometimes in the market, you'll get into these really widespread situations. And this can happen for a number of reasons. It could be a very illiquid stock. It could be a stock that's kind of in the news right now because something might be happening or whatever. When this happens, right, the market makers on the other side, they widen out the spread because they're taking all the risk. And they're making a market for you and me. So to protect them, they widen out the spread. Okay, what happens is there are times when you'll see a bid and you'll see an ask. And the bid might be 1 penny and the offer might be 20 cents. And you go in at the offer and you're not filled. And that's because of the width of the spread and what's happening in the market at that time. But you go, 1 penny over the offer, and then you get filled instantly, which is exactly what happened to you. That's because of market movement. That's also because the markets are a living and breathing thing, right? If the posting court is like this doesn't happen that often, but it can happen sometimes. I'm glad you brought this up. You would never have a situation like this where you need to go in at like 30 cents to get filled or something like that. But to have to go a penny above or a penny below, that is possible. The other point I want to bring up though, the negative bid that you saw, it wasn't real. It wasn't real from the standpoint of you couldn't sell that and have money come back to you, because that's what that would mean.
Just to add more color to it, I was trying to actually get out of my Conrad, that's why I was buying it. I was buying to close.
Right.
And that's why I guess there was a negative bid on it. And it was a SPY Conrad, just for the liquidity part of it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah. So that changes. That changes a lot. So it's a closing position
Correct.
that you obviously had almost. You've gotten maximum profit out of.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for adding that context. Okay. So forget everything I just said. Let's start again. No, you don't have to do that. But so it's not a widespread, not an illiquid stock. It's SPY, most liquid in the world, right? Okay. So now, again, was it really close to expiration?
Yes. It was expiring that day.
There you go. So when you get really close to expiration, like on expiration day, all the Greeks and all the things, they start going crazy. The spreads start going, everything starts going crazy because everything is coming to an head, right? And everything is coming to expiration. Everything is going to meet its maker, so to speak, right? And so that's why you saw a negative bid. And that's why you saw even a crazy ask. It was still market movements. That's why you had to go a penny over the ask. But again, the negative bid that you saw, purely a function of it being expiration day, 100%. And so, yeah, I guess that's the best I got for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi again, it's Rob. Good talking to you earlier.
Yeah.
I was trying to understand essentially the advantage of delta neutrality. From a naive perspective, you might think that being delta neutral means you're going to have no profit because you're just neutral. But I guess that's only with respect to direction. What are these specific ways that having a delta neutral portfolio gives you an advantage in profitability? Is that just related to volatility and profiting from that, or what would the highlights be that you focus on?
So that's a great question, Rob. Thank you so much. So a lot of traders feel, well, okay, so let's back up. The market's unpredictable, right? It's totally random, nobody knows. Direction is anybody's guess. I firmly believe that. I know a lot of traders believe that. Some traders don't believe that, and that's totally fine. Some traders want to position their portfolios to take advantage of just time and volatility. They don't want to try to play direction. And so they like being just purely delta neutral, right? And so that's exactly what they're doing. That's the advantage. They don't want to play the directional game. They actually want to try to exploit the uniqueness of options to their fullest by only trading time and only trading volatility.
I see. So being delta neutral, I guess, should also be distinguished from being like you're not theta neutral or something. That is the specific Greek that you're neutral with respect to.
Correct.
So that's an important aspect, I guess, of the the profitability plan that you're working with.
Yes, correct. Because I think this is kind of where you're going. If you're thinking about option P&L, right? I've got delta, I've got theta, I've got vega. Rob, kind of what you're saying is someone who's delta neutral saying, okay, I'm not even going to go for that. I'm 100% going for these two. That's correct. And I think, well, this is a longer thing. I personally don't like to be delta neutral, and I personally don't think it's the best way to go, but that's a whole side deal.
All right, I've heard about it from like quant people talking about being delta neutral.
Yes.
That's
Well, you'll hear it a lot on the network too.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Rob. That's great. This is great, man.